Hello gamer girlies and guys, I am Unoya Gaming, and this time we will be doing a CC makeover of two elder Sims. The thing with these Sims is that they are actually the parents of one of my Sims in my Generation series. Now if you don't know, I have started a series here on my YouTube channel called the Generation series, as I have quite a big family and I am deciding to share what the gameplay is like on YouTube. So if you would like to go see what's going on with that family and their son Daquan, you can go and find a few videos on my channel already. There will be more coming out eventually, but for now we only have the first few episodes. Now, just as a warning, that series is probably going to be very long and probably years long, to be honest, as I genuinely do love my Generations family because of the fact that the founders of that family are actually my first two Sims, and I don't think I would be able to give up on them, so that's just sort of a warning. So hopefully you all don't get bored, but eventually we will be moving on to different families with different stories. They're just all related. That's the only difference really. But yeah, on to the CC makeover. This here is the mom, Susan Morin. Now she is going to be the annoying parent, because if you don't know Daquan's backstory, just to give you a small description, which you can find that on episode 1, which introduces the family for you. But Daquan's parents kicked him out when he was 17 because of the fact that he didn't fit their lifestyle choices. They are two Sims who used to live in Sulani and used to meditate and use crystals on the beach. The issue that they had was that they expected everyone else to be just the same, and when their son Daquan decided that he wanted to do other things with his life, they immediately kicked him out. Now, they weren't very close to their son, especially Susan, and in fact I imagine them having a pretty strict dynamic. So that's the situation. As for his father, I think he would do sort of the fatherly things, but it was sort of the bare minimum. So that's sort of their relationship. Now, as for the actual cast makeover, this Sim, as you may have seen, is a pre-made Sim, and I didn't change how she looked a lot. Now, the issue with this is I may or may not have already put this pre-made Sim into my household. Now, she doesn't look exactly like this. She's more similar to the normal pre-made Sim, but I feel like the facial features are quite similar. Even though I did go over to Susan, as I do imagine her being the one who looks most similar to Daquan, and changed some facial features to look similar to him, as I did have a picture of him on my phone just in case, because I did want them to actually look related and not just, I didn't want them to look like completely unrelated people. I did want at least one of the parents to resemble him, and it turns out that Susan is the one who resembles him, which the ironic part is she may look similar to him, but if you look at their relationship, they do not they are not good. They cannot converse like normal people. They are not close. They look similar, but their characters are not similar. They do not like each other at the end of the day. Now, as for what is happening with them nowadays, Susan and her husband Alfred actually have moved to Oasis Springs. Now, actually, the reason I have done this is because since they will be involved in the gameplay at a certain extent, I did need them in the game, and I do not have island living, therefore, I do not have Sulani either. So, for the sake of everything making sense and them still having lived in Sulani and having that storyline, we're going to say that they moved to Oasis Springs. Now, they live in a relatively big house. As for how they got money, I genuinely don't know. Like, I have not figured that out. I don't know why they are so rich, because I do not imagine these two as people who are having jobs. Like, maybe they got a huge inheritance from their parents or family or something, so maybe that's how they can afford so many things. But yeah, so as for Susan's style, I feel like she is like very old style. Like, I mean, this outfit that I have for her right now is not good. I think I actually kept that. I don't like it really looking at it. So maybe one day I will edit that, but it's gonna be a rare occasion for us to see her in a party outfit. Because if you see the storyline, we're probably just gonna see her in her everyday outfit. However, I might end up changing that. But yeah, as you can see from, like, for example, her everyday outfit, she is very grandma chic, but I mean, it doesn't look as good as, for example, like a more like cottagecore olden style on my sim Brownie from the Boba Tea Tales Legacy Challenge. So yeah, I just, instead of that cute cottagecore look, I wanted to go for what the heck are people wearing these days sort of thing between them. So yeah, by the way, if you see, if you hear any weird noises, it's probably cars or construction from outside, because for some reason it seems like I live in a pretty busy road. Well, not to anybody, but it's pretty busy, so cars do pass by quite often. And also, if you hear me speaking slowly, I actually do want to get this recording to go through the whole video, as I'm not joking, this is the second time that I'm recording this voiceover, because the first one was so boring. I was talking about their backstory, but I was literally just repeating the same things, and I realized that it would have not been entertaining. So I am here again, and I'm trying to do things and talk about more things, so that hopefully this doesn't get too boring. Fingers crossed. So yeah, here I'm just setting like her traits and like her likes and dislikes and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, she is not a very pleasant sim to be around. She's quite arrogant and, I mean, quite controlling, possibly even narcissistic, possibly. So yeah, that's something about Susan. But yeah, so as for what they feel about their son, while we look at the beginnings of me creating Alfred, I mean, I think that, as I mentioned earlier, they aren't very close to him, but they do wish to this day that he would have grown up to be like them, because that is sort of like their main mentality and all their life is about. It's literally just that, and they expect everyone to be like them. This is like a very much of a main theme, and this was actually the thing that I kept repeating over and over again in the voiceover from last time. And I might leave you with a bit of music closer to the end, so I hope you don't mind that. But as you can see, I'm creating Alfred. Once again, I went for like what I think would be a pretty good old person style. I tried to go for that sort of style with my Elder Sims. Now, fun fact, my other Elder Sims do not really look like Elder Sims that much. I mean, I have done a few, but before I left their young adult outfits or their teen outfits until they died. So now I'm fixing that. I'm actually gonna start trying to change their outfits, even though I have not done that with my generation's household, because Adelaide, Daquan's girlfriend, is she looks like a young adult. She's an adult. I have not changed like her style to look a bit more like mature and older. But that's just me. You can blame me for that. I'm just too lazy. Also, I noticed that when you change like Sims like hair or outfits, they look like completely different Sims. Like I've done like CC makeovers from like adult to elder, and they look like completely different Sims. And all I do is change their outfit, their hair, and their skin detail. Which I guess is a lot, because the skin details really change a lot. Like genuinely, a skin overlay can give your sim such a massive glow up. Like in order for a skin overlay not to do that, I feel like your sim has to be already so like stinking good looking, because like skin overlays just make your sim go from meh to wow. It's actually crazy. I don't think I will ever go back, and I think I have mentioned this before. If you told me to choose one piece of CC, it would be skin overlays. I think they are absolutely amazing. I know I've already mentioned this in my CC makeover of 2 guys, which hopefully can be the future boyfriends of 2 of my sims from that generation household, hopefully. So sorry. So yeah, but I still do love them. They are absolutely amazing. Also, may I just mention the elder skin details which come with base game? I feel like they look so unusual. Like I get that like the wrinkles are very defined, but like they are way too defined to the point where it's like that doesn't look real. That looks a bit unusual over there. So yeah, I think that should be something that the Sims should fix. Maybe trying to make like the elder sim wrinkles a bit more bearable for those who don't have CC, for example console players, because I mean I'm sorry, I just think they look horrible. I'm sorry, but I just genuinely can't with those skin details. I mean, it's actually just horrible. I'm sorry. But yeah, back to the CC makeover. We are nearing the end of their CC makeover. I'm saying CC makeover a lot. CC makeover. I'm saying it. Okay, I should probably stop saying that. We're just gonna call it what else would I call it? Glow up? I don't know, a glow up? Because I feel like it gets annoying to just hear me say that again and again and again. But okay. As for this outfit, I think, look, I know that in The Sims we want things to match, but that outfit was so matchy-matchy that it felt too matchy-matchy. But what can you do? I couldn't find a swatch that I felt like suited things better. But yeah, I actually, as you can see, have finished the outfits for Alfred, and I am just simply now editing like things like his aspirations, his traits, and his likes and dislikes, just like what I did with Susan. I think this is good to do because, like, especially since they're already elders, they don't really have much time to develop those sort of things. And also I did have a vision in my head for what these two Sims would be like, which, not to say that I went into this being like, these are gonna be their traits, this is gonna be their aspiration, this is gonna be their style, but what? Sorry, I messed up in my English. I do this a lot in voiceovers. But I mean, I as I went, I sort of just like got an idea of what these two Sims would be like, because I already knew their dynamic and sort of a part of their backstory, so I just gave them some traits and likes and dislikes that I felt like would suit their characters. So yeah, I mean, I think these are probably my two best Elder Sims. This is something I do this on my art channel as well, Tiles Art, if you want to go check it out. Yeah. So actually, I think these are my two best like Sims, and I do this a lot where it's like, oh yeah, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. I'm sort of that type of person, which, I mean, I'm grateful because people don't tend to like their drawings or like their creations or anything. For example, I may or may not have done a build, but it will be a sort of spoiler if I sort of mention what it is, because it does have to do with the gameplay of the Generation series, so you will see what is to come, and I do like it, so you will see that soon as well. But yeah, I'm just sort of finalizing the things with these two Sims and simply finishing them off. And yeah, I mean, this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be leaving you with a bit of music, so enjoy. I probably will. So yeah, stay safe and don't stay on the internet for too long. God bless you, and bye bye everyone.